for those who don't know. More times than most you can hear me on Choice FM, but tonight we're here at Arise. This is something that we do 3 shows a year, and the concept is that we get people in the community who are doing well or have done well or about to do well, and we get them in an environment that people don't necessarily see them. We'll have an arena where we have them on stage, we'll do an interview, questions and answers, and afterwards we'll do a little bit of networking, because more times than most you see a lot of celebrities on TV or doing their business on stage, and you think, what are they like? What makes them tick? How do they relax? Well, we put them in the environment where that happens, and they say things that they won't normally say, you know.
And a warm good evening, and welcome back to Arise. We've been away for a few months, but we're back for another season. We've got 3 shows this year, some fantastic guests over the coming months. They're falling over backwards to be here with us on a Sunday night now. Alright, so it's all good. Tonight we've got a great array of guests from the world of TV, sports, comedy, theatre. My first guest comes from a footballing dynasty right here in West London. Put your hands together and welcome on stage Jason Roberts.
Hi, I'm Jason Roberts with ViewNowTv, born and raised in Stonebridge, northwest London. I started playing football, Stonebridge AstroTurf, as a youngster with my uncles. My first club was Parkfield Youth, but my first professional club was Watford. It was a massive benefit for me to have so many people around me doing so many positive things. Obviously, my uncle Saul Regis was a hero in Stonebridge and in England for all he achieved. My uncle David Regis obviously went on and had a fantastic career playing in all the leagues in the Premier League. And Otis Roberts played over in Europe as well. So I was very lucky. I think that was one of the reasons why I managed to become a professional footballer, because I had so much inspiration around me. I played for Hayes non-league, and I'd done quite well. I was a youngster, only 19 years old, scored a few goals. I then moved on to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I was there for a year, and then went to Bristol Rovers. 2 seasons, I scored quite a few goals there. I moved on to West Bromwich Albion, had 2 successful years there. We managed to get promotion to the Premier League, and then moved on to Wigan, who were in the Championship at the time, and then again we had promotion into the Premier League and had a very successful season. And then moved on to Blackburn Rovers. I was there for 5 years, again very successful, and I moved on to Reading, where I am at the moment. As a youngster, I made the decision to play for the country of my dad's birth, which is Grenada, alongside my uncle Otis, which was a very special moment for me. You know, there was times that people spoke about England being interested, but I made a big decision to play for Grenada, and I haven't regretted it once. So I've been very lucky with my international career, and obviously European football with Blackburn to play UEFA Cup as well was a huge success. And most goals, I think I scored 26 goals for Wigan in our promotion season. I think I scored some cup goals as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I've scored 180 odd goals in my career, so hopefully I'll be able to hit 200 before I retire. Foundation was formed 5 years ago, trying to put something back, not just to Grenada, but also northwest London and London as a whole. I've been very lucky and fortunate with the people I've had around me, and to be able to magnify that by spending time with the youngsters is something that's very important to me. It's been one of the best things I've done in my life. I was awarded an MB 3 years ago for my services to charity and football in the Caribbean. It was a massive moment, not just for me, for my family, and vindication of all the good work done by so many people on behalf of the foundation.
But what can you do? I mean, it was a great achievement for us to get promoted in the first place. The league's been really tough this year. And, you know, we brought some players in, but I don't think we spent as much money as we should have done. West Ham went and spent 20 million, Southampton spent close to 30. I think we spent about 5 million, so it's a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, what can you do? We just have to go again.
Was you disappointed the way they got rid of their manager more or less the end of the season?
Yeah, I felt for him because he did a great job for us to get to the Premier League in the first place. But that's football, man. He wasn't the only one. In fact, Nigel Atkins, who's come to our place, the same thing happened to him at Southampton. And so much money involved in it now. People feel like they have to make decisions and make big decisions, and it's going right the way through football now.
Member from the CBBS for our younger audience. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the wonderful Angellica Bell.
My name's Angellica Bell. I'm from West London, and I'm here with ViewNowTv.co.uk. I don't think there was a specific time that I said I definitely wanted a career in TV. I had no idea what I wanted to do, no idea where I was going to end up, and no idea what was best for me. So I think it was being in the right place at the right time and luck, which isn't very helpful, but sometimes in life it is about luck and putting yourself in the right place, and also having a dream and just going for it. My career at the BBC started in 2000, but I had been doing other stuff, which I think, if I look back on it, linked to where I ended up, because I did a lot of drama at school, a lot of public speaking, and I think they sort of helped sort of steer me in that direction. Although I did a degree in politics, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I did children's TV for a while, 6.5 years, and then I've just done different shows after that. And I'm on the One Show. I think my hardest challenge as a TV presenter is just having confidence and believing in yourself, because you're in front of critics and you put yourself out there, and so you have to believe in yourself, because sometimes in any job there'll always be people who say they could do a better job than you or put you down, and you just have to just have confidence and just carry on and do the best you can. So I've appeared on quite a few celebrity shows. I've done Pointless, I've done a dancing show with Michael, my other half. I like all of them. They're quite fun because they take you out of your comfort zone. You've got to try something else out new. But I quite like the ones where you've got to use your brain. Since becoming a mother, my life's changed in that I have a lot of nappies to change. I go to the corner shop with my hair looking frizzy and natty sometimes. I just love my son, I love my family, and it's changing that I have to get a balance, because I want to spend so much time with them, but I also have to do a little bit of work to pay the bills. So it's about balancing your time, being organised and having routine. The advice I'd give to anyone who wants to be a TV personality is always have a backup plan. Get your qualifications, go to school, because knowledge is power. So if you do make it and become that celebrity personality you want to be, you've still got something to fall back on, and people always respect that.
Children's audience are so much more honest, and they really see the whites of your eyes, and they know if you're talking a load of rubbish, they know you're talking a load of rubbish. If you're wearing a top on the TV and they don't like it, they'll come to you, oh my gosh, why did you wear that top? It's rubbish, you know. Whereas if I do something maybe for an older audience, or they'll be like, oh, that was really good. And, you know what I mean? It's just, a bit more, sometimes it can be trying to think that children's TV was brilliant. It was a learning curve. I worked with different genres of shows there as well. And because the budgets aren't as big, you have to get focused and do the job quickly and well. And I think that really helped me to make that transition to go into adult.
My final guest was at the forefront of comedy, once described as the UK's answer to Will Smith. Comedian extraordinaire, radio presenter. He's just finished a 2-year stint in the West End where he starred as Shrek, or he starred in Shrek. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Richard Blackwood.
Okay, hey, my name is Richard Blackwood, born in Clapham South Hospital, 1972, May 15th, and you're now watching ViewNowTv.co.uk with myself. My career first started in the black community with doing stuff with Jeff Schumann. So I did a show in Covent Garden first. That was more mainstream. That was my first show, and then after that I ended up working with Jeff Schumann from about '94 onwards. That was primarily the black circuit, and I just started to build up my name slowly but surely over the years until it became a prominent name on the black circuit. So it's just basically through hard graft, basically. The mainstream came, I was doing a show in Hackney Empire, and somebody told me that they was looking for presenters for MTV. To cut a long story short, I went for the audition, had to go for it about 3 times, and on the 3rd go they told me that you got the job. So yeah, basically it was through hearing through the grapevine that MTV wanted a presenter, and I was lucky enough to go for it and get it, I guess. At that point I've been doing stand-up maybe 5 years, so I've been doing the circuit and building up my name, so I was a strong enough person to present and to freestyle and things like that, so that when MTV came I was ready. My first shows that I ever did in terms of TV were The Real McCoy, them Blouse and Skirt, shows of that kind of ilk. But when I got MTV, the show that really blew me up was Singled Out, funny enough, and then MTV Select. And those shows basically just catapulted me into the mainstream. It was like being on MTV, which was like, it still is, but at that time when you only had channels 1 to 5, and then you have MTV, which was like the channel that everybody wanted to watch. And it was very much presenter led at that time, whereas now it's very much like TV shows. So if you was a presenter at that time on MTV, you was going to get noticed. And Singled Out was a huge show. It was also on Channel 5 as well. And MTV Select was like their flagship show. So I was on 2 of the biggest shows at MTV at that time. So it kind of was inevitable that I was going to be a household name, and that's basically what happened. My material for the Richard Blackwood Show, I wrote it alongside other comic writers that you would know of: Gina Yashere, Curtis Walker, comedians that were on the circuit that I knew actually would work with me, which was great. I was going to say I got them jobs, but I basically put the word out that these are the people that I want to work with me, and they employed them. So it felt like we were a family unit because I knew them all, we knew each other, we always made jokes anyway. So it was like coming to work didn't feel like work. The thing that inspires me to continue in show business is that you can't give up when you're in this game. It's not a game that guarantees you success, number 1, and number 2, if you've been doing stand-up or acting or presenting for, let's say, 10 years, it's effectively what you do. It's very hard for you from then going to that to going to a different kind of job, be it working in an office or whatever. It's harder because you haven't had that experience. Your experience is based in entertainment and acting and presenting, so you kind of like, it's your own prison, so to speak. So you have no choice but to make it work because it's the only thing you know how to do. It's like,
sorry, you good? We meet again.
Yes, we do.
Respect.
Good to see you, sir. We have a history because we used to work at Choice together for many, many years, and obviously I've just known you from, you know, you're like an uncle kind of thing. So. No, well, I'm 41 soon, so you do math from there. Are you 47?
About that.
How long ago was you about that age? That's alright. That's kind of the truth. But
you know, you was at the forefront of comedy in the early days.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of set the standard.
You know something? First of all, got a lot of respect for Angellica because we've known each other for many moons. And we kind of came up, I think I was just a bit before her, only because of age, but we came up at the same time, which was that in the 90s, I started stand-up 92, 93. So this is my 20th year now, officially in stand-up. And what it is that, and I graduated and went straight for it. I come from a family where, for me, I didn't realise how lucky I was to have the type of family I did.
normally say. You know, tonight we had Jason Roberts, and the way we spoke with Jason Roberts, you can guarantee that if he was on BBC, you wouldn't get that type of interview. So that's the kind of things that we're doing at Arise. And so far, I must say that it's been very well received within the community.
Hey, this is Richard Blackwood, and I always watch ViewNowTv. I'm always logged on, baby.
Hi, I'm Daddy Ernie, and you are now watching ViewNowTv.